Okay, so to cut your senator, this particular one I have here is the front part of the senator. So I've already gone ahead to do my plackets. All right, now if I'm cutting, I'm going to go away from the button and buttonhole placket. I will show us how I did that. Okay, all right, so from here is automatically my CF. That's my CF, my center front. All right, so that's my center front. So I'll be measuring my shoulder measurements, and the shoulder is 18. That's here. Shoulder is 18. That's at 9. And then I'm going to add my sewing allowance. Then I'll come down here by 2 inches, right? So I'll be coming down by 2 inches to slant my shoulder. So I'll put in my ruler and slant it back and front, right? So I've just slanted my shoulder now. Because of the nature of this material, I'll just split it and work with one. Alright. Now, before you work on your child, senator, or even if it's a shirt, because this is a shirt, you first of all know the length you are using. So I'm using a length of 35, and then I have my sewing allowance. So I didn't add any other join allowance because of the back part. That's number one thing you should know. That's how to get the part. And then the next one, you check if it's normal senator, that's close up one. You know that you just check. My chest I'm using is a chest of 22. That's horizontal measurement 22. And then make sure you have your sewing allowance. So that's what I have. So I'll go ahead and trim off my shoulder slant, right? Then you see what we are having now. I've taken off my shoulder slant because this is Jonkoso fabric and it dances. For me not to have problem while walking, I have to cut out this. I just have to cut it open and make use of one part. Alright, so I'm using only one part for this project now. When I'm done, I will now use the one part to get what I need for the other. Alright, so I now the difference between the front and the back part of your senator material or senator dress or clothes, I don't know what to call it. Alright, will be you'll be having you'll be having the back longer than your front by either from 3.5 to 5 inches. Okay, the higher the difference, the more you are going to have you have it, coming up, overlapping, lapping up for you. So you see what I'm doing now? I'm trying to confirm I'm having same thing. So I'll go ahead and also trim the back. You see? Now I don't know if I bring my camera closer or my material. You see, I'm having my front shorter a bit. Can you see? So make sure you align it properly. Now we are having the difference. Let's check what we have here. 4.5 and 4.5, right? So it's about 4.5 longer than the front. So I'm going to draw a guideline of 1/2 inch. Okay, this guideline will help us to know if our flipping over it's okay, right? So can you see now, without the guideline I might miss out. That's, some parts might be the other way and the other one the other way. So with the guide we'll be able to know what we're having, right? So I'm going to press it. That's why it's very good to have light, the light on while you are cutting. Okay. Can you see now? It's relaxing already. If not, we'll be having problems. So next thing I'll be doing now, I'll be now from my center front and that of center back. Okay, now watch. Oh, I'm having excess here. Oh my goodness, sorry. Okay, can you see now? So from the center front here, I'm going to be marking my shoulder now. Okay, so my shoulder I told you is 18, that's 9. So I'm going to go ahead and add my sewing allowance. Okay, most time I like adding up to 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch, so that by the time I'm working I will also know what to do with it. So this way also I'm using 9 inches also for the armhole depth. Now to ensure, you can as well measure what you have here. Okay, and then come to this part and put that your same measurements. Right, so you have it properly marked out, right? So we're going to be putting our armhole curve, right? All right, so I'll move straight. Now I'm not starting here, I'm putting it at the middle. So I'll be checking my chest, my waistline. So let's say our waistline is 18, and then you go back down. That's, you move down and mark your 2 inches. That's your hemming allowance. If it's 2 inches, you allow, mark it to know where it is, and then you mark your opening allowance. That's the slit. Okay, you can check and know what you want to use for your slit depending on what you're making. So I'm going as high as 8 inches for my slit here, right? So now that I've marked it, so this is at this slit line is where I'll be adding my hip measurement. So for the hip also, I'm also making use of 11.5 as my hip, and then coming to the waist, I'm making use of 10.5. all right, and then to the chest line I'm making use of 11 inches. Then I'll go ahead and add my sewing allowance. I'm using 1.5 sewing allowance. I'll also add 1.5 sewing allowance. Oh, very important, add your allowances. It's very, very important. All right, so that is it. You can just go ahead and connect the lines. I'll connect this one, right, and then do a little out there. All right, so that's all. for the chest. Now to the neckline, I'm going to be using 2 inches by 4 inches. It's still subject to change. 2 inches this way, I measure 4 inches this way, right? So make a straight line, like a cube, like a square. It's not square, sorry, it's rectangle, right? Can you see? Then we're going to measure to be sure the neck will be okay for our client. So this particular one is still small, all right, because it's still small. So but let me just cut the first one open first. You blend up the pointed edge. So this way we're going to be cutting also. Can you see now? So I've cut out the part, and for this one also, right? So it's looking so nice. So for the front part, you're going to do something. Lift up only the front, only the front. Please don't cut together with the back, and go in a little bit. This that I'm doing will take care of the back width and the front width. Can you see? About half an inch. Just trim off about half an inch and the front one, and then leave the back aside. Okay, so we are done with the cutting. Next I'll be placing the back on the front to do to trim for the front, because and even I use the front and the back, we might be conflicting, we might be having some conflict. Okay, so that's why you remove one, fight with one first. When you are done with it, you can now go for the next one. I hope you've learned something. Please, 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 I'm begging you, do well to follow, to subscribe, like, and also comment. Oh, please, 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 that's what I need from you. I need nothing other than your comments, your liking, your sharing. Thank you very much. I love you. See you. While I'll be showing us the process of the sewing of this beautiful outfit.